Good day, guys. It's K33FX here. So, I want to show you guys how I do get my trades. Yeah. So, before I enter any trade, I do check out two things, which is just say let me just call it basic price actions. Okay. Yeah. So, coming to basic price actions. First of all, I do use psychological levels. Secondly, I do use chart patterns. Thirdly, I do use candlestick patterns. So with these three things, you can catch a trade, you can get a trade, a winning trade for that. Yeah. So how do I use them? First of all, is psychological levels. Yeah. And we know that okay, let me describe psychological levels. These are levels where hedge funds, banks, big institutions, they pay attention to. Yeah. So at these levels, for example, we have around psychological levels of 1.6 thousand, 1.7 thousand, 1.8 thousand, 1.80 thousand, 1.50 thousand, 1.10 thousand. So around psychological levels always come in thousands. Yeah. And we've got another psychological level, which is sub-psychological level. So we have two types of psychological levels, right? We have the main psychological level, which is round psychological level, and we have the second psychological level, which is the sub-psychological level. So sub-psychological level are levels like 500, for example, 1.65 thousand, 1.75 thousand, 1.85 thousand. We also have 1.6500, 1.7500. So it's depending on the pair you are trading. I don't know if you can get me, because different pairs have different ways of assigning psychological levels to them, right? Now, so I'm going to show you how I was able to get this CAD CHF trade, that is CAD CHF trade, right? So first of all, we've got to look out for our psychological levels. So on this our psychological level now, we've got 0.58500, 0.58000, 0.57500, 0.57000. So all these now are your psychological level. Now 0.58500 is a sub-psychological level. 0.58000 is a round psychological level. Yeah. So price now tends to react strongly on on round psychological level. Sorry, price do react very well on round psychological level more than sub psychological level. Yeah. So me personally, I do enter my trades off round psychological level. Then I do set my TP1 at sub psychological level. Yeah, and my full TP at the second, at the next round psychological level. Yeah. So I'm going to explain it right now. So after plotting your psychological level, it's going to look like this on your chart. Now, this is the first step to my basic price action. So this is the first step. One is your psychological level. Secondly is applying chart pattern. Thirdly is applying candlestick patterns. So now I've explained what psychological level is. So these are areas whereby the big institutions, hedge funds, banks, they do pay attention to all these numbers. That's why they're on your screen. They do pay attention to them. So you too as a trader, you need to pay attention to all these levels. So secondly now is a chart pattern. So talking about chart patterns, I do use two chart patterns, two basic chart patterns, and I don't normally trade all these pennants, rising wedge, falling wedge. No, I don't do all those. I only do double top, double bottom, head and shoulder, and inverse head and shoulder. So these are the only four chart patterns that I do use. So normally I might just grade them to double top and head and shoulder. Then if it's a reversal, then I can go for inverted head and shoulder with a double bottom. So that's just it. So still on this card CHF, this is a head and shoulder pattern. Yeah. So this is a head and shoulder pattern. We've got the left shoulder, we've got the head, we've got the right shoulder. So now what did price do? Price later came back to retest the neckline. You know, when trading a chart pattern, a head and shoulder chart pattern, you always enter your trade at the neckline. So price now came to retest at the neckline. So at the retest of the neckline, I entered the trade. So but before I entered the trade, I had to check out a few other confluences. in order to confirm that if I should enter my sell, this pair is going to sell immediately, right? So I'm going to break them down now. So first of all, the retest happened at a psychological level of 0.57 thousand. So now you see, the retest happened at a round psychological level of 0.57 thousand. So you've got two confluences, which is a chart pattern on the higher time frame indicating a head and shoulder pattern, then a retest of the head and shoulder pattern at a round psychological level, showing that price is about to tank down. So now coming over to the smaller time frame, which is my entry time frame, which is the 15 minutes. So now on the 15 minutes here, we can see an M pattern. That M pattern is under 0.57 thousand around psychological level. Don't forget, the retest is still happening at this round psychological level. And now on the 15 minutes, which is our entry time frame, yeah, we are seeing an M forming. So now why will you think of buying? You thinking of buying is probably you're looking for a stop loss, definitely. So this M now is an indication that price is about to tank down. So now, lastly, I have to make use of the last basic price action, which is the candlestick pattern. Now, in order to make use of this candlestick pattern, yeah, the trend will actually determine the candlestick pattern you're going to use. For example, if it's on a downtrend, you have to wait for a bearish engulfing, yeah. Then if you're on a bullish trend, you have to make sure you spot a bullish engulfing candlestick before you jump in on the trade. So definitely, unfortunately, I didn't use a bearish engulfing candlestick to enter this my particular trade, but I have seen my confluences already, and I missed the entry. I wasn't with my trading phone by the time this setup played out. So when I just checked the chart in order to see this the analysis, I saw that the setup has already played out. So I had to go to my MT5 and place the trade. Yeah, and the trade was playing out before I decided to make this video to explain how I was able to catch this move. So after hopping on the move, and a few hours later, I was almost at a 1-to-1. So still holding, believing that it's going to tank down to my TP. So this is just, you don't need to overcomplicate things on your chart, yeah. So it's just basic price action, your psychological levels, chart pattern, candlestick pattern, and you can get a trade and make money, pass your prop frame challenge, scale up your account. So that's it. See you on the next one.